Another thing you can do, obviously, in the core bucket is trying to develop different licks that you're trying to play. So the key is being able to take that lick and make it synchronized to your metronome in whatever capacity it needs to, so you can feel it and repeat it so the metronome is doing its job. Now, again, sometimes you'll have a lick that maybe won't use your metronome or something, but let me show you this. What I've got is the metronome set at 100. I'm going to show you this lick right here, and it looks like this. That's what I'm going to be doing. So what I'm doing is a pull off, again, A minor pentatonic in this case. I'm pulling off from 8 to 5, going 8, back to the 5, and then pull off from 8 to 5 on the second string. So I have... See how it can move as I play? So if I was playing along with a metronome, okay, it sounds pretty cool. Now, again, the lick is intended to be a little bit faster, so if we were doing it slower to develop it, nothing wrong with that at all. But remember, some licks that you learn, the premise of the lick is to give energy, so it's meant to be faster. When you play it slower, it doesn't have the same effectiveness, and there's probably 1,000 other licks that you could do that would be better than that lick. So as you're learning licks or patterns or things like that in your practice, always remember, is this lick really intended to be something faster, or is it intended to be something maybe a little more groove-oriented? Because we need them all, okay? But sometimes, like I just said, sometimes you're going to learn licks that really their power comes from being fast because they're adding energy into your solo. And for me, I don't ever even give any breath to the faster is better than slower or slower is then better than faster. It doesn't work that way. You want dynamics. You're trying to give your listener dynamics. If you play slow the entire time, it's going to get boring. If you play fast the entire time, it's going to get boring. If you play the same volume the entire time, it's going to get boring. Okay? Playing is all about dynamics. And so if you do something slower, you want to follow that up with something faster or something quieter or something louder, or, that sort of thing. And so, don't convince yourself that good playing is about slow or fast or loud or soft, or it's about all of these things. It's about making it interesting for a listener. That's what you're looking for. All right, another patterned idea that I think works really well with pentatonics that's fun to practice is this sort of thing. So I'm, again, A minor pentatonic. I'm going to do a pull off from 7 to 5, drop down to the 8th fret of the 6th string. Then I'm going to go back to that 5 and 7, but do it as a hammer on this time. And then I'm going to head over to the 5th fret of the 4th string, and then do a pull off on 7-5 to end it. So I start with that and I end it. Now, if I do that over and over and over, I can go. And again, you'll see its effectiveness as I make it a little faster. And I also want to note that some of the things that I'm playing here too, you're going to notice that I'm adding in a little bit of palm muting because it tends to give it a bit more percussion when I'm doing all of this hammer-on pull-off stuff, this legato stuff. Where if I don't use that, it tends to almost sound like it's getting a bit too chaotic, where if I use a bit of palm muting, it tightens it up. See that? Now again, you don't have to play it that fast, but if you're playing it, it's not going to have the same effectiveness. So just remember that about licks, as I just discussed a little bit ago, but it's very important for you to understand that. So what I'm going to do is take this now, and I'm going to shift it to the next group of strings. So when I get done playing this lick, or this pattern, I'm going to move to the 4th string, and do the same thing. But of course, I'm staying pentatonic, so I'm staying true to the shape. So I'm going 7, 5, 7, not 8, because that's not pentatonic. And then I would move to the 3rd string, move to the 2nd string, so now I got to go to the 8th fret there. and then end it. So it would look like this. Okay, now I've got the metronome set at 150 right now, just because that feels pretty comfortable to me. So I'll show you this as eighth notes, and then I'll show it to you moving from there. Dun, 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 dun. Let's start at quarter notes. So if I was going... that would be quarter notes. Eighth notes... sixteenths, okay? So any of those are available to you as you continue practicing. And again, you need to shift as needed to make this work.